Hello everyone and welcome back to Greenpine Zoo and Gardens, episode 21. Can you believe that we are already 21 episodes in this series? Crazy. And we still have lots and lots and lots of works to do and lots and lots of things planned. But first of all, let's have a look on the habitat that we built in last week's episode that is right in front of us. And you can already see the inhabitants on the left side. Yes, it is the West African lion. We have 3 females and 1 male in here, and the nice thing about them, I don't know if it is just a coincidence or if it is programmed this way. The nice thing about them is that they always stick together, all 4 of them. You won't see one that's roaming around here in the big habitat when the other 3 are on the other side. So yeah, I don't know, coincidence or it is planned, they always stick together. But I think it's just a coincidence because I don't think that we have something proper herding in the game. I haven't seen that for other animals, which is pretty annoying at times. But yeah, we take it as it is, and I'm happy that the lions at least stick together. So, in the last episode I also asked you guys with which animal we should continue here in the carnivore house. Should we build for the sand cat or should we build for the caracal? And the majority of you guys said that you wanted to see the caracal. So, as I said in last week's episode as well, your wish is my command, and today we are building a nice habitat for the caracal. First of all, I had to make some changes on the building once again because I wanted to build the habitat for the caracal and the sand cat as we did for the other small cats on the other side, for the palace cat and the ocelot. So yeah, I had to make the habitat a little bit bigger, so the indoor habitat a little bit bigger, that the animals do have more space, and we also have this glass front in front of the habitat so that you can come pretty close to the animals when you are inside the house. Yeah, on the other hand, we will have an outdoor habitat for the caracal as well, of course, which is pretty similar to the habitats that we have for the other small cats as well. Once again, just a little bit of a different shape. We are going to have a bigger window on the side of the habitat so that you can walk into the house from the side of the lions, and you have a nice window on this side of the walkthrough where you can see into the habitat for the caracal, which was not really planned, but as you've seen, as I lifted the wall, the window came naturally, and I thought, okay, well, we might keep it that way. And so it happened, and so it was done. So, before we go further into today's episode and see what is going to be created, I cut a lot of the stuff out because lots of the things you've already seen. So, so that it doesn't get too repetitive, I cut lots of stuff out so that you only see the finished product, and we are spending more time in creating the actual habitat for the caracal. So, back to what I wanted to say. As I was building, I took a look, or I had a look at the habitats that are still left. Oh, we have the one for the sand cat that is going to be on the left side right here next to the caracal, which we are going to create in next week's episode. Then we do have 3 habitats for the African leopard. 3 indoor habitats for the African leopard, because it is sized the same as the habitat for the lions and the tigers. So I was thinking that is too much space for the African leopard. I am willing and I'm going to give them the big space, so that they will have the 2 connected indoor habitats, like we do have for the clouded leopards as well. So this is going to be the space for our African leopards. But then there is one habitat left that is right in front of us. If you look through the floor right here, right in front of us is one more indoor habitat, so which is similar to the one that we do have for gentlemen, our single Amur leopard. So I was thinking maybe we should give that one habitat to another animal, and therefore I need you guys. So there's going to be a poll on my YouTube page where you can vote for the cat that is going to move in. It might be once more a single one. Maybe we are going to have 2 of them. Yeah, depends on the size of the cat. So therefore I'm just going quick into the internet and opening the page of the Planet Zoo Zoopedia. So just give me a moment. PC, mammal. Okay, so let's have a look at what cats we do have left. Can find one, can find one, can find one. We have the Eurasian lynx. We have the cheetah, but the cheetah won't fit in here. That won't be a great match, I think. Yeah, but we do have the cheetah. Cheetah, Eurasian lynx. We do have the jaguar, which is pretty cool. And what else? We have the cougar, which would be my total favorite for that habitat. The snow leopard, but we might build another habitat for the snow leopard in the Himalaya. The Siberian tiger, and I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. So, as we can only take 4 for the polls in YouTube, I think we should decide if we are going to have the cougar, the jaguar, the Eurasian lynx, and maybe the cheetah. Yeah, we're going for those 4. So you guys can vote for the animal that is going to move in to our cat house as the last cat that is going to move in. I think if we choose, or if you guys choose the Eurasian lynx, we might have a couple of them. If you guys choose the other ones, it is pretty possible that we are going to have just a single animal, because I think the size of the habitat for the jaguar, the cougar or the cheetah might be pretty much the same. Well, I think the cheetah does need some more space than the other 2, But yeah, therefore I think we are going to have just one single animal. And remember, my favorite would be the cougar. Okay, I don't want to influence you, but yeah, you know. Okay, so there we have a plan. You can already see the outdoor habitat right now for the caracal. As I said, it's a different shape, but the same style as the other ones for our small cats. So not much difference in there. And I was a little bit wondering because, yeah, the habitat is quite on the smaller side for the caracal. It would have preferred a bigger one. Of course, most of the animals prefer bigger habitats, but I think it is pretty big. But once again, the problem with the traversable area. So we have lots of rocks in the habitat and lots of desert plants as well, which make the traversable area for the animals a little bit smaller, and so there's the problem. We might have enough space if we are just looking at the pure size of the habitat, but just because of all the plants and all the rocks, it makes it smaller, which is a shame, but yeah, it is what it is. In the end, the overall well-being of the animals is at a yellow state, so it is okay. It is not perfect, it is not great, but it is okay. So we won't have any problems with that. We might have some problems once the animals give birth, so we have baby caracals, but as long as this is not the case, we should be totally fine. Therefore, I think we have to go into animal management at some point, because I think at some habitats we are having lots of baby animals, especially in the aviary. I think when I think about the peafowl that tend to have lots of babies, and also the flamingos maybe. We definitely have to have a look at it at some point in the game, because we just don't want the habitats to be too overcrowded with those animals. Yeah, this was pretty annoying. That's why I cut the video right at that point. Because the problem is, if you don't separate things like this viewing gallery from the complete building, you have a problem when you want to copy it around and use it at a different point of your building. So I learned it the hard way, but in the end everything turned out well, and we do have the viewing gallery on this side of the building as well, and we won't have any problems with it in the future because I separated it from the building, and everything is fine. We can use it now every now and then. At least one more time, because we are going to need it for the habitat of the sand cat as well, but that might be it. Oh, and by the way, as we were talking about the single cat, or the cats that are going to move into the habitat that's left, the cougar and also the jaguar would be a nice addition to that side of the building, because it would open up the chance for us to go into some kind of a South American or American area around that point. So that would be pretty cool, as we have the new animals from the new America's Animal Pack, which would open up the chances for us to have some kind of a big South American grassland habitat, which I'm longing to build for such a long time, with the rhea, the giant anteater, the Baird's tapir, and the llama or the alpaca, and the capybara. That would be so cool. But yeah, once again, I don't want to influence you guys. If you say you want to have the cheetah, it's going to be the cheetah. If you are saying you want the European lynx, it's going to be the European lynx. Which also would open up the chance for us to have somewhat of an European area around there. So that would also be pretty cool, because we do have some pretty cool European animals in the game as well. Oh, and as we are talking about the future, I still don't know with which area we are going to continue. Because I asked you guys as well if we should continue with an African area or if we should continue with the Himalaya. And yeah, the answers were pretty split, pretty 50-50. So 50% of you guys wanted to have the Himalaya being next, 50% of you wanted to have an African area. So yeah, I think I'm going with what I feel when it comes to the point in a few weeks. And when I come back from my holiday in the USA. So yeah, let's see what I want to create after that. So I was a little bit hesitant on the inside of the building if I should go with a planting area as well and use the mulch pieces in there, because I had the feeling that those mulch pieces are a little bit too dark to use for the inside, especially for a desert habitat. And yeah, I was not quite sure about that, but in the end I just put some mulch pieces in there so that we could actually have some planting in there, because I did like the floor because of the sandy color that we do have. But yeah, in the end it wouldn't have made sense if I just put plants on the concrete floor, so therefore I choose we're going with the mulch pieces so that we can have some plants in there. So here we go. Oh, and by the way, as we are speculating and talking about what is going to be next or what is going to come in the future of this zoo, is there any favorite animal that you have in the game that you definitely want to see in that park at some point? Or maybe we already do have your favorite animal in the park already, so let me know in the comment section. I would be so curious to know what's your favorite animal and which animal you want to see in here, and maybe we can make it happen in the future. I'm just thinking about if I do have a favorite animal, but yeah, I don't think so. I really do like them all. And I'm so happy with every single DLC that we get for the game. And there might be some more coming in the future. As they said in the last Frontier Unlocked, as I heard. I didn't participate. I was not online when the last Frontier Unlocked aired, but I heard some things, and people were saying there's some more coming for Planet Zoo, and I'm very happy about that. As I'm scrolling through the animals in the Zoopedia, I was asking if you guys know any small animal that would make sense to be put in the house. I was talking about the meerkats, but I also did see the fennec fox. Did I talk about the fennec fox in the last episode? I don't think so. Because that would also be a great match, and I think they don't need that much space. That would be pretty awesome. Maybe we should go for the fennec fox. Well, that would mean we have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 episodes left until the cat house or the carnivore house is finished. Yeah, for the animals, and one last episode where we go into fine-tuning. So we're going into the backstage stuff that I didn't do in the last episodes. Some decoration on the inside to make the house look a little bit more welcoming to visitors and not too clinical. And then that's it. Then we finished the biggest project yet in this park. But I think we're going to have some more houses in the future, but after this one is finished, I think we are not going to do that for quite some time, because I just want to build some single habitats after that. But we're definitely going to have a house for our pachyderms, so for elephants, rhinos, stuff like that. And also, which house could we build as well? Maybe we're going to build another reptile house. I know I have done that already for the series Let's Build a House, but I think we could have another reptile house in here. A different one, of course, but another one. Oh, and maybe a monkey house. That is something that we didn't do. That would be also pretty cool. Or we could have something like a South America house. Yeah, so many ideas, so many possibilities. We'll see. So time for the planting. And after we placed all the plants, I think we are already done and the Caracal can move in. Yeah, I'm always hesitant about using this plant here, the one that is right out of a fairy tale. I just can't with it. I think I used it at some point for our nocturnal house. I did, I think. Because therefore it was a match, but yeah, I just can't with it. It looks so ridiculous. I love the creosote bush, but for the traversable area of the animals, it is a total nightmare. I just wish we would have more light in the inside of the house at that side of the house, but yeah, as you already could see, it is just not possible. which is a shame, but yeah, what can I do about it? Nothing. So once again, our Oceania planting around the habitat on the outside, which still is such a nice contrast, and I really do love that. So the difference between the desert habitat and the more tropical plants on the outside looks pretty cool, and I think we're going to keep up with that. Yeah, using those dirt and decal pieces once again to give it a used look and an old look. Creating the barriers, and then the animals can finally move in. And I think, and you might see it in the real-time part as well, that the funny thing is the Caracal's movement looks way smoother than all of the other animals when it comes to climbing and jumping. So yeah, maybe it is just me, or it is that way. So guys, here we are. We are finished with our Caracal habitat. I hope you guys did enjoy today's episode. If you did so, leave a like, subscribe my channel, and leave a comment as well. So hope to see you guys in the next week's episode once again, when we 1, 2, 3, when we are going to build a new habitat for the sand cats. So thanks for watching, guys. See you next week. Bye.